Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wetin you get for do, press this red subscribe button and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. And done. And no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for your help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.
Unite Africa. Let's make our continent a better place. This is Queen Sidi. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We don't want no war. We don't want no fighting. We don't want no killing. All we want is peace. We don't want no war. We don't want no fighting. We don't want no killing. All we want is peace. Africa is the cuddle of life. Let we stop the fussing and strife. If we can come together, show love to one another, Africa will be alright. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. Let's talk ahead. The pulling down syndrome. Love your brothers and sisters, cause that's the only way. Hey, Africans, we are one. Be you black or white. So let's unite, cause that's the only way. Hey, the more we unite, the more we get brighter. Hey, if we stop all the fight, shall we go to the light, yeah? Hey, all I see is swelling and clashing of tears. They dirty our minds with fears. We don't hate ourselves for many years, but Mama Africa still cares. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. Africa has been a home for the brave, has been a home for civilization. But any negativity that comes lands in Africa. I'm pleading to the rulers of Africa, please be wise up and know what you are doing for your people. Unite Africa. Let's make our continent a better place. This is Queen Sidi. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We don't want no war. We don't want no fighting. We don't want no killing. All we want is peace. We don't want no war. We don't want no fighting. We don't want no killing. All we want is peace. Africa is the cuddle of life. Let we stop the fussing and strife. If we can come together, show love to one another, Africa will be alright. We want peace in Africa. I see the children, they might crying. We want love in Africa, and the love we all need. We want peace in Africa. I see the children, they might crying. We want love in Africa, and the love we all need. Love your brothers and sisters, cause that's the only way. Hey, Africans, we are one. Be you black or white, so let's unite, cause that's the only way. Hey, the more we unite, the more we get brighter. If we stop all the fight, shall we go see the light? All I see is swelling and clashing of tears. They dirty our minds with fears. We don't hate ourselves for many years, but Mama Africa still cares. We want peace in Africa. I see the children, they might crying. We want love in Africa, and the love we all need. We want peace in Africa. I see the children, they might crying. We want love in Africa, and the love we all need. Africa has been a home for the brave, has been a home for civilization. But any negativity that comes lands in Africa. I'm pleading to the rulers of Africa, please be wise up and know what you are doing for your people. And remember, Allah watches over us all.
All right, Queen Sidi with Africa. Yes, Queen Sidi with Africa. Positive vibes, yeah? And if you listen to waiting Queen Sidi don't say inside this in song where it call Africa, you go really know say exactly waiting it is say. Waiting this aja, the say. Yeah, now exactly that we see the happen inside we own country. Well, because of that one day, well, police been don't invite and don't detain the main opposition party, them publicity secretary when a Sidi Yayah Tunis. Of course, you know, so when they detain, of course, they get for make late pass the next day. So it did it still. We go can know waiting at the thing where then say make the arrest them. Well, waiting make them detain them na CID. Okay, we can't talk about that thing and day. Well, now close to 2 years they come so now from where that thing they happen at Lunsar. The one them where them be arrest na that Lunsar riot, they still they na remand. Well, waiting na the reason we make them the family members them don't call on the government for make them go able for look back inside them things they are so and see reason for make them go able for pardon them. Yeah, so we they can actually look inside that particular issue there. And again, Leone Star, the comedy show of the day. Leone Star, then Secretary General don't say all the players that we been go na Cameroon, we go play, you know, na Cameroon inside the African Cup of Nations for return back then suitcase. Well, according to them, he say they need for take order, then for return the suitcase, we cost less than $100, approximately like $50. He say if they not return them, well, then go get for seize the $1,000 we then get for give them. This is not the comedy show of the day. Well, apart from that one day, we all the see or the hear say the thing where most people get interest and get for do it say plenty money when they can go na Cameroon for go spend per the game. Well, the minister don't say they don't come. They not been get any money problem, but when I give them small time, make them able for put together. All of this there for you inside this program today. No go answer, yeah? My name na Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. Plenty things them. Kei Kamara, yes, not able for say sorry to the people of Salome, but when suitcase thing come up, it come up and talk very hard. We look inside all of them things them day inside the program today. Please, if you just join me, not forget for hit for with the like button and share the program. We find out say one day we can get issue with regards to the notification, especially for the one that we watch on YouTube. So plenty people not able for join we yet. So waiting we go went for let you do now for make you actually help we for share now the different groups than where you did and so more people will able for come. And one thing we I want for tell you as well. Every day you will don't subscribe. The more you come and watch, the more other people them will not be don't know about this channel go able for discover them. Yeah. So we want for tell you thank you because this news anyway we all so because I'm not thinking me one for boss belly inside this particular news. We go inside the issues them we line up for we Tranga one and we go start with the issue of Leone Stars. Of course, most of you want to know about the copper business but Leone Star. Well, let me hear you from the Minister of Sports. Waiting he gets for say with regards the Leone Star, the money where they go spend, the copper where they can go na Cameroon for go spend. Let me listen to them. Waiting he get for say and we come back just after that.
Before we had the match, my executive director ran up to my hotel room, said, Mr. Minister, the players want to talk to you. I said, what's the matter? They said, if we don't give them the $5,000 match appearance, they will not play. I said, what? I said, they will not play. And mind you, the budget spares it very clearly that 3,000 match appearance, 1,500 draw, 4,500 winning bonus. But again, you know, like a small boy, you can be a good runner, a perfect runner, but you don't know how to hide. This is what happened. So we play around the $7,500. So when the tension was so high, you know, negotiating with them, and time was against them because they were to report at the National Stadium, 11 o'clock, is it? Mr. GS, 11, was it 11? Okay, we were in that meeting up to even after 10 o'clock. So I had no alternative. I have to take the bull by the horn. I ordered my executive director to pay them the $5,000 match appearance. So this is what happened. That is why those guys were able to perform against Algeria. In fact, when I met them in the dressing room, a whole cool man, a whole cold water of cool man was, you know, splashed on me, you know, in celebration. We celebrated. So this is the case. So match 1, match 2, match 3, all of them backed $5,000 for match appearance. Match draw was 1,500. So you see, this is the way, you know, as a government, you know, because I took that responsibility, I took that leadership. Because had I not, taken up that leadership, anything that could have happened, they should have shifted that blame on the minister. And that's why I took it. And now, as I speak, I need an executive clearance because what is budgeted for, the 3,000, is not what we pay them. So we are now doing a letter to the president for an executive clearance for approval for audit purposes. Audit purposes. Yes, there are some isolated cases, you know, but again, as I've just said, out of 25 years, that's Cameroon. I've never been there. GS, okay, I don't know for the GS, but my coach has never been to Cameroon, and Cameroon is one of the most expensive countries in Africa. Take it from me. Take it from me, most expensive. So we went there, thank God. No problem, no nothing. We came back safe. Yes, there are challenges, but we cannot have everything perfect. Everything is not going to be perfect. And I want to say this again. In Cameroon, the government, the Ministry of Sport, the NSA, the SLFA, Of course, we work collaboratively. Perfect coordination. No problem at all. We had no problem of finances. Nobody can tell you that. As to the monies, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to exercise patience. We are in the reconciliation process. Just after we finish, we let the public know how the funds were used, okay? So I think that is it.
Alright, so now that you don't hear it, so they're not been get any problem with regards, funding. But what thing we notice now that up to this time they're not able to say anything with regards to money. But interestingly, if we want to be honest with we conscience, then just need for be clear first of all, say now this amount of money we can go na Cameroon. We don't need them for tell we at this point in time almost they don't spend, because when you reconcile money, yeah, or when you what they call liquidation, where you try for give account back of money where you take, yeah, like for we where we don't do some projects them, where we don't go out with people them, we don't do money business. Say for do reconciliation, it get for take time because you get for make sure say you put the actual document there. But what thing we need for make it be very clear, then for don't tell we in this press conference say this amount of money now we can go, because we see them other set of people they talk about this amount, another set of people them they talk about this amount, but why they're not able to come clean and clear for tell we waiting at the amount of money where then spend. This not the big question where we get. Okay, it is very common say this government when it comes to accounting back to the people or for be transparent in terms of how they spend with money, a very big question mark the day at the side of the name, because they always get problem with that. From the highest position in the country, the highest office in the country, take and down, they always get that kind of problem there. Anytime when it comes to accountability, where it can follow you accountable for money business inside the country, then go find and all kind means for make them divert your attention, so you go totally forget about the whole thing where they happen. So right now, we don't see outside the highest office, for example, when it comes to money business, we see outside they end up with the audit report, yeah, where according to Lara, where we will get for find out again in the future, for say more things them according to Lara, more things them they will be for be don't reflect inside this audit report, but because of the no want for let it come, because of the not able for account for them, then decide for bring and draw at the end of the day suspend the woman, say you're not ready for work, let me bring somebody wake up for work. But this now the same people they will say they always want for be accountable. They want for be accountable, and they accountable more than the last government here. But inside the last government or the last regime, we not see any time upon all the babala money where audit reports been the tell we bought. Say na in them mismanage inside the different years them where they in the office, they not ever, I repeat, they not ever point finger up at the auditor general say, you're responsible for that. Because everybody need for take responsibility of waiting it they do. But this government, honestly, the fear for take responsibility. And let me tell you something. Any man when they afraid for take responsibility, or when they stand up tall and say, okay, this is my problem, I have to admit to that, and please, una forgive me for that, not a man enough. Not a man enough. Because anytime, every minute, it look for ways and means for make it go able for shift the blame to somebody else. Instead of it take the blame, say, okay, now me don't do this thing, sorry. Instead, it look for person where it is shift the blame to. That's exactly what happened inside the audit report. But we can see how Leone Star or the entire sports family, they try for divert with attention back from this money business to something else. Let me say, for example, when the auditor general don't put things them in place, caretaker be on a man we always afraid, but always ready for defend himself and point finger pan other people, them call them anyampi, call them sakibokiat, call them all sorts of names. But when interestingly, let remember you if you forget, this man say he no go ever, please underline the word, he no go ever call person where he employ, person where he give job as thief man or person where corrupt. He no go ever say the one them where he give job then corrupt. Interestingly, he say back, people them always they try for spoil the good name of people them where they do well. People them like himself. In they do well
for make the country go before. But people and they will always want for Puel in good name. And anybody will want for Puel in good name, it go in our orders. And anybody will want for team up in way, we not support them or we not vote for them, of course, it get for pull them out of the way. So we see waiting exactly to happen. For let them pull this woman out of the way and then they fell way out for distractory instead of the original focus what we forget when are based on waiting they inside the audit report what for they talk about. Instead, when they talk about suspension, when they talk about the reason. But he find that when they talk about the suspension, because when they talk about the suspension, now we they see the reasons them in clear, big writing at the wall, waiting at the real reason why they suspend this woman. Now we go to the spot. Now, instead of them tell we almost, then we'll come and explain longer things them. But they not go ever tell we almost then can go, almost they don't spend. I'm not going to blame them for letting not tell we at this point in time, almost they spend. Because like I say, any financial minded somebody, you know say, when it comes to them things, then you get to take time for put them together and make sure say they reflect in the real sense. Yeah? But now, apart from the fact that they're not able for tell we, they really want for let we forget first about them because we know we totally forget about them. They always get the sense, they always get the sabi for able for distract we, divert we attention to them. So what they do this time around, then decide for say, okay, people learn so much they concern about how much we go spend. You get a lot of people when they say we can go over $7 million for go spend na Cameroon. Okay, we need for pull people attention. Zik, what they do? Then come up with a suitcase business. But suitcase cost like $50. Then you say, let we hold them. If they don't return them suitcase there, come on, what a cheap. But I go come and tell you, waiting at the reason we make the one them suitcase there. Let me listen first to this interview where AYV do with the Secretary General for the Sierra Leone Football Association.
I think if whoever has made short a statement has clearly indicated the highest level of mediocrity and doesn't know exactly what is required of governance of administration in football, to be specific. Kei Kamara is an employee of the SLFA. The decision for players to return the suitcase is a decision of the SLFA. So it has nothing to do with Kei Kamara. The instructions came from the executive to me, and my responsibility as the General Secretary is to implement decisions of the executive committee. So I see no reason why an individual will come out and single out an individual that Kei Kamara is responsible. Let me make this clear. Before the team left Sierra Leone, they were instructed through the kit manager, the technical coordinator, and the welfare officer. We had a meeting, we gave them instructions, and they went and told the technical team. And when we got to Cameroon, in Cameroon, I had a meeting with the entire technical team and all the support staff, with the absence of the team manager. They didn't come to the meeting. And it was discussed and agreed again in that meeting. They asked, what are the things that are to be returned to the FA? What are the things that the players should go away with? Everything was made clear, simple. Now we say, I'll give you an example. I want to know, because I had, it's the team manager that said, where was the team manager when they criticized the 3 sets of kits? They said the kits are not good. The FA came and we prepared another set of kits. Do you know what they did? They collected the kits they rejected at the end of the 3rd match. Where was he? Where was he when the manner of lawlessness that was in the national team that he cannot control?
Kei Kamara, let me ask you this question. Has that been the practice that players should return their suitcase after tournament? Have we had a similar experience in Sierra Leone of this particular situation?
We've never had, Mr. Abba, we've never had that situation. This is the first time the FA is providing equipment of this magnitude to players. We gave them bags. We gave them all manner of sporting equipment. And the manner in which the national team dressed to the tournament, it's a clear testament of how serious and sober the Football Association is. We told them to take everything away, but please return the suitcase. And this was something the kit manager came back and he reported to the FA that, look, I tried my best to get this. The only person that gave back his suitcase was Stephen Coker. He gave his in Cameroon because he knew he was told. And what did we do? Nobody has withheld any money. When we received the money, as I speak, we've heard about the national captain returned his suitcase and has collected his $1,000 and he has traveled. What is wrong if the team is asked to return their suitcase? What is wrong? Senegal returned everything that they played with and put on their hotel wear. Why is Sierra Leone this lawless? Why shouldn't we maintain discipline in football? What is wrong if an employee is asked to return an equipment that belongs to the federation? It is not the property of the employee. It's the property of the football association. So if they ask you to return it, we have given these players single-handedly kits that worth close to about $2,000 to $4,000. And we ask you, and look at the joke. Somebody is saying the suitcase values at $50. You are asked to return a $50 equipment for you to collect $1,000. Yes, you take it as a joke. Please, the players are not controlling the football association. It is the other way around. When the players held the minister and the leader of the delegation in Cameroon hostage, that they will not play against Algeria if their appearance fee is not increased from 3,000 to 5,000. Did anybody bring that up? How many times have we had stand-up of players challenging decisions of the government and the FA? I think Sierra Leone, we should move beyond that point.
Chris Kamara, for the purposes of motivation, Sierra Leone is not like Senegal, for example, that has been, the highly ranked African team, even in FIFA, ranked at 20. Now, the best team in the continent with better infrastructure, better opportunities for players. When you bring that to Sierra Leone, it's not the same. So for the purpose of motivation, would the executive committee that gave you that mandate to retrieve back every equipment, the suitcase from the players, would they not have thought that let this serve as a motivation? So whenever we have these guys, we call them, we know we're not going to give them any suitcases, but we'll ask them to bring those suitcases and let them use them going forward. Just for the purpose of thinking that we need to keep motivating these guys, would that not have been a better alternative, that going forward, we ask them to use, the suitcase that you've given to them, rather than holding their money and asking them to return?
I repeat again, on the motivational aspects, you've made a point that is very clear. The SLFA has motivated these players severally. The Football Association has been on top of the aspect of motivation. I will tell you personally the things that we've done for these players. I repeat, the national captain of the team, Umaru Zengele Bangura, knew of this decision, confirmed this decision. That was the reason why he brought his own and collected his money. Now, let me finish. Stephen Coker, even without money, when he knew it was a decision in Cameroon, before he left, he handed his own to the kit manager. In fact, let me tell you what Stephen did. Stephen was in the process of handing over every other thing that was given to him because he knew in his club that is how it operates. That until the kit manager says, no, these ones, you should go with them. And I give again, when Alassane got an injury and he was meant to travel back to Spain, he took all his materials and left the suitcase for Augustus Cabo because he knew it was an instruction. For God and heaven's sake, so why is it that we hate following instructions, yet we give demands?
So quickly, Chris, how many players have returned the suitcase, and who are they, and how many have not returned?
What we are trying to say is, the players, I will not give you off head. And it's very simple. Their monies are with the finance department. Most of the players spoke to me directly. Some suggested sending their suitcases. It will interest you to know, for example, we have a local-based player who told us that, I have to go and collect my suitcase because my girlfriend traveled with it to the provinces.
All right, so this is not the situation right now with regards the SLFA and the players them. where they want them suitcase back where they give to the players them, or then forfeit the $1,000 where them been supposed for give them. Well, according to Kei Kamara, he said they need for take order not to the players them, they control the FA, and the FA they control players them. That is cool. Yes, everybody need for take control, but waiting at this thing, $50, why won't they call them back? Why won't I want them back? Okay, I know say they want them suitcase there back because then get for keep them suitcase here for other match. And when they keep them for other match, not for free, we they pay back, then the budget back for them suitcase there. Because if not so it be, why una want them suitcase there? Why una want them suitcase there? Waiting really una want for do with them? Una want for keep them, budget back for them in another term, and for God's sake, then suitcase there, according to what we understand, now gift. Now sponsorship, now give and then give them. So if that be the case, why you want them? Okay, let's say now $50 you buy them. Why you not go just left them and praise the player them? Okay, go. For example, he rightly say, one of the players say, in girlfriend don't go with them. Later you didn't say they're not souvenir. But for God's sake, I don't represent my country. I don't use certain things them like the vest, we don't need to use player them. Yeah, they use the vest and I feel, then throw them, then give people them. Yeah, we know they say if then we don't tell them before this time, they're not for do them, then for do that exactly and return back. But in the case of Usai confusion, they if Uda then tell, Uda they not tell, now a very big problem. According to the team manager, he said like in the Steven way they talk about, so Steven a vex we make a left them things then they not to like for say it be one for go and he say voluntarily look at the things them. So in this case now, this team manager they talking on way according to them, he feel very much irrelevant and not important to the team because the FA they overrule everything. And even when it comes to the selection of the players them, after when they don't see those technical team they watch, the FA get for begin say no, this na boring jar, this na that, this na that. All of that one and they also mix up, box up. That is why you watch at the end of the day, we not able to forget the result where we end up forget, where we suppose forget. A lot of distraction everywhere. A lot of distraction. Then the budget for give the players and $3,000. At the end of the day, they say the player then protest, say pauper they want $5,000. Okay. Because of that one, they begin for getting 7,500. According to the minister, they work around that and they getting. So the question now, why them player they are so much desperate? Because of waiting they don't hear. Because of the budget where they don't put for them, where they say now this not the budget. So them player don't hear say this big money they and not only first and this. We don't see the Benin match for example. Then put almost like 6 or 8 billion leons. At the end of the day, now 1.something billion go to SLFA. So the player they always they take and say, then the budget big money for we, but we know the benefit anything. So this time we get for use them as opportunity for make we get waiting we get or waiting we want. Where at the same time a good but not good because if you now don't get an arrangement, you don't need for go. But again, because of the kind way out then they mistreat or maltreat some players there, so especially the female players and all, we still say the female players there. Then complain for a lot of things, but at the end of the day, and the police say nothing, they not see any evidence of waiting in the complaint. The way how they treat players them is very, very bad. And the government too, the players them and the officials them, they only get interest per like things that when they feel and they make quick money per. Like for example, football and go able for make quick money, travel go and travel come here, and they're able for make this kind of money at the end of the day. Yeah, but waiting at the real thing inside all of these things. This is not the big question where we all ask right now. Please continue for listening to the program and share your comments below. Please don't forget as well for like and share the program. Yeah, let me just take this break for show you how you will go about if you're new to this channel.
Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All what you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. It don't done. It not get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don't help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.
Alright, this now for you new to the channel, for you go able for know exactly waiting for do. So this now the problem them where they go out with regards the Leone Star and all. Leone Star. Now then this man the tower say some players them know and some players they don't even hand over. How many players them? I not get it at the top of my head. Okay, it's cool. But now let me look something different. Let me just go quickly and look something different. Let me see waiting Kei Kamara quickly post on his Facebook page 5 hours ago. 5 hours ago, let me just watch waiting Kei Kamara and say, by the way, let me be sure say this na Kei Kamara. Let me be sure. Yeah, this na Kei Kamara. Let me just be sure. This na an official page. I am a young man from Kenema, Sierra Leone, West Africa. If you can dream it, it can happen. So this na in page with over how many followers? Yes, 43,617. So I just want for you to be sure say we read from Kei Kamara in page, yeah. So now let me go and see waiting Kei Kamara in SLFA. He say, hey Chris, basically tag him and they write directly to him. He say, hey Chris, I just listened to your interview on national radio. It's a shame you will go on here misinforming the public about the national team. So let me go down back and listen. Yeah, waiting at the shame because he say he just listened to them and in a shameful Chris they go and misinform the public. Yeah, he say with all the hard work and sacrifices, yeah, that all the players have devoted to the nation, you didn't take time to congratulate the group, but you are disrespecting us all for a little bag. Okay. This now basically waiting Kei Kamara they say. Before I go to the other part of where he say na fact, yeah, you're waiting. He say the need for congratulate instead of them they can't disrespect it all. And they come up back to this thing because I get something for say, yeah. So let me go to the other part where he say here is the fact, yeah. Let me go to the other side where he say here is the fact. You they say already. He say here is the fact. No, you and the president didn't decide to give the players money. The $1,000 came from good people at Sierra Leone Fisheries for the 1 point earned in one of our games. Okay? This money not from SLFA, not from government. This money is say come out from Usai, the Sierra Fisheries for the 1 point where they been get inside the game. I think the first game. He said at the dinner last week in Freetown, the players present got their money without returning a bag. But you insist all the foreign players to return the bag when you know we have all left the country. Fishy, Okay. So basically, they get a dinner, outside they all go sit down, then talk, and they're all the one then waiting at the country. According to Kei Kamara say, they all don't receive the $1,000 because this not come from the government, this not come from the FA, it not come from any other person but Sierra Fisheries because of the 1 point where they be get. Okay, so I don't want to go on explaining, but it's very disrespectful to misinform the public about us. I don't need your apology because I know you well, but maybe the younger boys are waiting for you. Okay, he don't need apology for man because he know well, but he know say the young boys and the small one them waiting at the team go actually they wait for that. So let's see how we end them. He say anyway, I want to say thanks again to Sierra Fisheries for their generosity, and I trust they will ensure all monies for the players be paid with respect. Okay, it's a good thing that you come and set the record straight for we. Because at times we can find for where we get the record straight. Because this now is like SLFA and the Kei Kamara at the center of this all. According to the team manager, Kei Kamara take on himself. He take on his own self. I mean, only decide on this particular issue. According to the team manager, Babadi Kamara. Okay. So now you don't hear it from Kei Kamara as well. From in Facebook page as he posted. But interestingly, this is not the thing. We don't get down the street. It is cool. Yeah, they need for arrange them. But if the one set of people and don't take the money, they don't give them, why you the demand for them back there? What do you actually want for do? What do the FA want for do? Because it not ever happen, as you say, why this will be the starting point? He say because we not ever get them kind of huge things there. Come on, boy. Big up. Leone Star think we for the develop, yeah? That kind of money they, the kind of money where you don't eat self, if you put them, let's say $50 per one bag, yeah, times 28. How many will they talk about so? Not to like $14,000 will they talk about? No, I say 14,000. No, $1,400, sorry. I hope I get that. $1,400, 28 players. $1,400 at 50-50. $1,400 for all of them things and they. Una not able for left hand for the players then get that. Instead, una they ask them back. Shame on una. Small thing I go join. Una need for tell the boys then thank you. Although waiting will be the expect not to in. So with that word, let me go back to Kei Kamara. Kei Kamara, you not ever feel say you hurt the people of the country? In as much as now you penalty make with team qualify to African Cup of Nations. But you not feel say back you hurt the people of the country because you penalty. We not say big players then at the world they miss penalty. But it's simple. Let we look for example, Cameroon. When one of them player they miss, the one way deny them the victory, he miss penalty. He come on, beg people them say he could try for be a better player. Kei Kamara, you respect me, you want let they respect you. According to a disrespectful thing down there. Because then they ask you for $50 suitcase. You not feel say you owe we. You not feel say most people get pain at the heart for you. You get the zeal, you get the right for come and say them disrespect you now. You get the energy for come and clear some things them. But you don't ever get the guts for come and say, hey Salon people, I miss penalty. Not to me fault, it can happen, but please, I sorry, una forgive me. You ever come out and do that one day? But when they talk about things them now, you very quick. Before this time, before now they go, any issue will come up, you very quick for come out. Like how you jump, like how they put salt and bilolo. But when it comes for you apologize, you get big man business, ego. You not even want for say sorry to the people of Salon. Because you feel say all you do is okay, it's cool, it's quiet, nobody cares. But you always they put much for other things there. Why you not go use one line for say sorry to the people of the country? Let we all read them out. Let people and get them at the heart say, this man do something, sign of remorse. He regrets what he do. Instead, you know ever do them. Ever in your life, you know ever do them. But because they talk about suitcase, you able for come out, you say, then disrespect to now. Then need for congratulate to now. Kei Kamara, you don't try or you don't really play for the country. We appreciate you. But you yourself need for appreciate the people for just simple word. If you're a real man, just say sorry to the people of the country. It's good that you lay the agenda for we understand the suitcase issue. But please, say sorry to the people of the country. For let you miss penalty, nobody not go blame you. But because of the expectation where we don't get as a country, as the people in the country, because of the only thing where they make we smile inside all of this time. Now the game where Leone Star be done they play and get victory. Leone Star play against Benin. You score penalty, we celebrate you. We talk good. You miss penalty, come on. The time when you win, when you score, you come out, you write. You say you glad you this and that, you talk. But when you miss penalty, why you keep the silence? Why you not get the guts like a man for come out and say, people of my country, I love you all, sorry. We not see her. We not see ever happen. So please help we, or help yourself, come out and say sorry to the people of the country for the penalty where you miss. Because this game where we go play, now the things and the thing and the way put lots of smile on we face for decades. For decades. Where we all come together as one nation and celebrate and gladly together without thinking about political parties. So if you feel say this thing, it mean anything, if the country mean anything to you, like you always don't say sacrifice, please just say sorry to we. Yeah? The sorry not go change the thing. But the sorry go make we know say you get sign of remorse. You really regret what happened. But if you not do it, you keep mute and all, you just behave like you now the Mr. Big Man at the room. Yeah? Go no more, you keep quiet and then when other talk and boop, you don't jump inside it. say then they disrespect you. You disrespect the people of the country, not because you miss, because nobody blame you for that, but because you fail for say sorry to the people of the country. When at that we see inside this African Cup of Nations, other people and they do the same. Please, we still need wait for your apology. The people of the country still need wait for the apology. This not about politics, no nothing. We dey wait because this na been the thing wey make we get smile na we face for decades, over 10, 11, 12 years. In fact, 25 years, we don't wait for this kind of thing. Then now, you refuse we, that kind of thing, they will not blame you, but you get for say sorry. Let we know say you no mean them, because penalty, nobody know the determine. Ronaldo, they miss, Messi, they miss, but please just say sorry to we, and then we cool with that. Okay, most people not want for like Kei Kamara apologize, but it still gets for say sorry. Because this not in club where they talk about it, they talk about a whole nation. Yeah? If they talk by anything, it just get for say sorry. You don't need for agree with me. Yeah? It just need for say sorry to the people of the country. Alright, so from that thing, we move now to another issue. Please like the program and share for let more people get to understand waiting they happen. Now we go inside something different. Something really, really different. Inside April 2020, something may happen inside Lunsar. Inside Lunsar, April 2020, where it not be really cool. Waiting be happen inside Lunsar not be really, really cool from both sides. But first of all, let me remind yourself of waiting be really happen. Let me just see something quickly.
So now they see now. This na Paramount Chief in Coast. And they born so live. They didn't set fast. This na the Paramount Chief now Lunsar looking. Because the higher policeman they don't kill one youth man, now the tongue. Where they arrest other hand, then fire 4, within a critical condition. So the man them back say, since the Paramount Chief need to kill for them, then back go kill for Paramount Chief. So they don't come born in back house, the big house, you know, the neighbor burner. They just burn some of them. They took her there. As soon as see, they didn't carry the burn. Now they see. Now they go on Lunsar live. Now they go on Lunsar live for this 5 number we then just want install. Now Paramount Chief will post the burn this live inside Lunsar town. See? And the man they don't in rampage. Instead them go burn the police station back because the police they don't kill for the one and then fire 4 people them back where they in critical condition.
Okay, so this now waiting will be happen like April 2020. Yeah, Usai it should be come up now Lunsar with regards the youth them Paramount Chief and the one former member of parliament as them been get this issue with regards money and other things them will be really come up. And this now be the outcome of that particular issue day. Well, not we actually remember this thing, but somebody there from NCOP, yeah, we decide for send to we something. Yeah, so basically, let's listen first to the voice note where is sent to we for just make we able for understand waiting they happen with regards this thing. And they give we proper background into all of this thing, yeah. And so we there as always the phone line can always open to anybody. So use this opportunity for send this particular voice note to we. Let me just listen quick while they come back just now.
Yeah, good afternoon, or whatever the time may be to you there. I hope I'm talking with a member of WIAD. Actually, my name is Aruna and I work as a media officer with NCOP, Sierra Leone. NCOP means National Campaign Unit for Progress. NCOP is an affiliate body to the All People Congress Party, APC, and ASMEC. Well, I'm a media officer. Actually, I want to share with you some information and some events we will try for covered everyone for make it go viral and be published because we see it was an injustice. If you could remember April around the 27, 2020, demonstration took place in Lunsar town. Well, during that month, I think it was 3 places or even more demonstration took place in Makeni, Lunsar, and Tombo. But of late, then, because after the demonstration, military personnel and police, they step in and do a massive arrest. Of course, this is not all, and it's not a secret. We all are aware, say they kill a lot of people in Makini, and they kill in Tombo as well, and they kill in Lunsar as well, as massive arrest. Well, after so many advocates for the people of Makini and Tombo, they released all the captive. But the ones from Lunsar, up till now, they hold them still Napanemba Road from April 27 to 2020, where they hold them. They spend CID like 5 months and then take them to one place where they call Benghazi, where they torture people, and up from there they take them up Pandemba Road. So it was very disgusting for them and waiting painful for the people of Lunsar. Then kill some of them, and even those that they shoot will get injury, they go to the hospital and arrested them, took them to Pandemba Road. Since then, no advocate for them. They be just did there, do not charge them, do not talk the crime where they commit. They just want for detain them there and let them die slowly. Well, we at NCOP got the information and we try to see how best we'll advocate for them people here. So as we see, WIAD is almost a global news now. We take attention globally, so we decided to share this information to Una, whereas now will help for start advocating for the release of these people because they got no lawyer. Recently, they don't charge them na High Court with a just irrelevant alleged offense. They say they are charged for conspiracy to murder. Well, what we don't understand, who did the murder, because the demonstrations did not kill anybody. I believe the people express their democratic right, which is to demonstrate, because what we believe in democracy is that when a government step in or when a political party aspirant they campaign to become a president, during that moment you sign a social contract with the people of the state, which is you persuade them to vote you in, and the people in the other hands demand a better life from you. So if you become a president and you do not give the people what they were expecting or do what they were expecting you to do, then they will exercise their constitutional right, which is to stage a peaceful demonstration. And this is exactly what the people of Lunsar did. And what's painful again, the demonstration took place during the day. And night, military personnel and police officers, they like 1 a.m. midnight, they attack the houses, just break houses, loot some houses, and arrest any young man because they think say na them. So they not got any evidence to say the way they arrest we are taking part in the demonstration. That is one. Two, they don't shoot them, and they're not supposed to arrest them back and take them to detain. So we get a footage then where I go send to now. We end up go around. We even get an video evidence from the victims, their families. Them we visit them in alongside. Some of them talk. I'll forward those footage immediately, and then we own document the video we'll do at NCOP where me and we talk, so now me do so long I watch and help. We don't consult the human rights organization here, and we have appointment with another human rights lawyer because they attend court this past Monday, but they don't attend court now for more than 30 times, and the judge need even make any hearings, need to explain anything. Anytime they attend, they say we are joined because, according to me, because there are no clear evidence to implicate these people, so they just keep adjourning. It's coming out 2 years. So that is injustice and illegal. We want to bring your attention to this. So I hope I'm at the right place, and I forward the footage you want to go watch, and hope to get from us soon. Thank you very much.
All right, so this now one of the NCOP member then we send a voice note to we for draw we attention to this thing, and we still say yes, it's important for we look into this particular issue, because if people in the attend court, anytime they attend court over 30 times, you just the adjourn, it don't make any sense, you know rational at all. Yeah, why you just the adjourn, they discuss the issues. Anytime they come, you adjourn. We know what in that mean. It get political tone. We know. Now we know the way we don't know, because it just happen for say the things then all be near the Lunsar, the Maboka, the Makeni, the Tombo, the Pademba, they all happen. So all of them issues then they will happen. We see them time and they now so no more nothing or the commodity, then just they punish them for nothing. They really want to punish them, because according to what we understand, even the paramount chief, where they now Lunsar, yeah, it gets Yonde. It gets issue there. Of course, we all see how it starts, also it end. People have lost their life. Host them done, host them born, mutuka them, property them, well. We all see them things and they will happen. Yeah, of course, that one in a public, how they call them. Yeah, things that we're not supposed for happen. Yeah, I like you vexed, you're not supposed for to do them things and they. But at the same time, we get for look at waiting cause them kind of things them they. Waiting at the reason, let we look at them thing and they. We not say let them not charge them go court. We not say let them not waiting. But we're gonna keep them over 2 years. This exactly the thing will happen with Ali Foster. You keep her how many years? And at the end of the day, when you find her guilty now, okay, it's good that you find her guilty and then you release them. That's good. But waiting at the thing, you keep somebody, you not find her guilty. I'm not saying at the end of the day, what you get for say you find her guilty. Because for let you not say we just detain them no more or lawfully. Or lawfully, you know who want for say that day, or you just say we detain them without to not get any evidence. Yeah? But if you don't detain somebody, if you don't put somebody in a remand, now like 2 years they come so now, 2 years. Anytime you adjourned, anytime you not even watch and listen or waiting. Anytime when they you just they adjourned. They don't call them people from Lunsar, adjourn them. They don't call them people for Lunsar, they adjourn. And other people them there, where them been fire, where been in the hospital, where they go take. They all they inside the Pademba Road now. Other people them they been critically sick, we been critically damaged, all the inside Pademba Road. Then just depend on the kind of treatment within a Pademba Road for them. And from what we understand now, people them they were critically sick right now, because they're not able to get the right treatment where they actually supposed to get. They're not able to get that kind of treatment the way they're supposed to get. So you see, this is not the problem. This is not the real problem where they happen now inside the country. Injustice all the way. Nobody cares. As long as it linked to one set of people, nobody cares. We don't want for the talk about region, tribe, or whatever. But if you look rationally, it gets for link with certain set of people. That they are obvious. No way, no the way you can able to avoid or balance that situation there. But anyway, as all this they go, it's close to 2 years now, because we did February, March, April, just 2 months for they go 2 years back. Yeah, let me listen now to waiting some of the parents them, being get for say with regards this particular issue where they go on to right now, as they still detain some of them, picking them or them fumble them. Let me listen to them back. Will they come back just now?
Mina, Mr. Abdullahi Sanko, day number 32 Mendes Street. When this demonstration takes place on Lunsar on the 29th of April, we be in a market meet with the kingdom with the parcel meet. Now this demonstration meet we decide for the turn la host. We can't la host, we can't in la host, middle net around 1:30. Now they come the policeman and the soldier man then come broke the remote them. Before they not quick before they open and they don't broke the remote. Then come inside. They loot the host, then they take the kingdom. Then one part the demonstration, one by one of the Peking, they kill and they. So then kill the other one and then na Sidi from Lunsar to Mashaka. They get them go na Sidi. They then na Sidi about 18 days before they charge the case in court. When they charge the case in court, we run the court over 5 months. Before they charge the case in the High Court. When they charge in the High Court, up to now, they still did they not take them to court for go attend the court. So up to this time. So from the time when they charge this case in the High Court, they not tell you the crime what they do. Then later they say they charge them a court for conspiracy for commit murder. But up to now, they still in the prison. No evidence. So still there na Panema Road and the punish. So we don't know actually what the governments they do with picking them. And we picking them they suffer right now. So like that.
Aminata. Me, I name Aminata Kabo from Lunsar. So during that riot, during that demonstration, now they shoot me picking. Then we go with them back, then go arrest them at hospital health center. Because now they go with them. Now they go arrest them, then go with them. So through that time, they myself, Afala, I go see me picking. I make them give treatment until the day where the man who they go with the picking there, where the statement, now they go see me picking there. They go with them at Sidi. So from Sidi now, they say about 5 months before ever they go with them at Panemba. So from Panemba, we attend court. All the time where we dey go, na adjourn. Say they do adjournment about 30 times before they send the case to my high court. So for when they send the case now, up to now, we know say no way for we own picking them.
Wait. Okay, so we won't forget from the victim. One of their family, then say get few things to talk. Yes, madam, what is your name?
Yes, me na Abibat Munusa.
Okay, so you get who that you get here?
I be picking Abdul Munusa.
Abdul Munu.
Yes, sir. Na the 1 year 9 months the council.
So now 1 year 9 months for more than.
I be guess why they do business. I not get again nothing.
Okay.
Even today, what I for left for me picking, I not get.
Okay.
The business money all London for me picking, and the day they come from, but nothing in the eat, not easy. So the papa made help women let release picking them. You have they beg them. Made help women release picking them. Picking the body not fine. We picking the sick. We picking the sick inside. We picking the body all not fine. Made sorry for me. They are made sorry for me. Made release picking them. Made sorry for me. Papa, they are made sorry for me. Made release picking them. Money no dey for you picking them. Nothing no dey for you. It's fine. They are papa they beg. Made sorry for me.
Okay, thank you.
Kamara.
Okay, Zana.
Na mi small boy na ende inside here. We dey beg papa government we are help we. We ende so paisana. Nothing no dey. Na me na the big one. Mama no get for your papa again. We have papa government say prepare this case here. It's not easy for we. The business side do all sit down. No get nothing again. Even see the one cannot get nothing. I left me brother and the mama live upline the Lunsar. Na me wan get there. Na me dey work at this case here. You have papa government so now everybody's case here. It's not easy for we. We go and they suffer inside. We go and the body they down. The brother is sick. The body all down. They have papa government now everybody's case here. We no get nobody where they help we. We no get person. We have papa government. They are begging for everybody's case here. It's not easy for we. We are now this stomach we get. Who people in the sofa.
Okay, madam, what is your name?
I'm named Kei Kamara.
Okay, Memunat, yes. What you say get for see towards this issue?
Well, wait I don't for say. Right now, they don't old woman there. Who brother they will neighbor there. They don't hold there for the past 1 year and 9 months. Like me so me man, you know do nothing. Most of the one they were inside there, all nothing they don't do. The one they will do the havoc, they don't run away. Now they don't can suffer them. We right now look me na woman. Who say they get me man where they support me picking. They don't hold her. Me na me they suffer for take care of the picking and me man is under. They are with the beg the big one there, the government. They are made sorry for we may help we not easy.
They are with the beg
me and God and I that's the body all sick, body all done. We don't like say we not able to pull us because
for no buffet because they innocent. Yeah, we are begging and border and they stand. That's the body all sick, body all done. We don't try to we are able for pull up for no buffet because they innocent. But we beg we are let them really support them. Whether they suffer in Sanda, they beg Papa government, we are may they pull them really support them. We are.
One year and 9 months, they go so. They suffer, they don't own this small.
All right, so this is not the situation right now with regards to the people who be arrested. The situation actually, the incident actually be in April, so now like 10 months. But the time where they arrest them now in May, so now like 9 months. So approximately, we still go down to 1 year from where this thing don't happen. Of course, we don't talk about this. Nothing no get for change. Nothing no get for waiting until then satisfy. Because it only the be say when they don't punish somebody, then satisfy. Because they get one word. Remember what Abu say? He say two things. It's either we broke them, then put them for them people them, or them people they wear black, or we punish them sober one. So them when the mama then come back, we put them mama there on top of them. You understand? Waiting this will get for happen. So if all of them things that's what they happen. You know, we no go doubt, we no go feel any difference because we know say inside power, this is what is going to happen. You know, every time, even inside the own self, we see the issue of Don Paul and Popo, Prince Adin, how it happened. Anything, you know, like Alpha side have been telling me one time, say, Mother be not care for the better one, and the one the way Allah Kibra I care about. The Prince Adin them, you know, and all. They only care about, you see, then they pay people, and for example, they cause problem. So every other day then things there so they happen. Every day then things there so they happen. You don't keep somebody like 1 year, 9 months without any proper, you know, hearing. Anytime they come, you adjourn. Anytime they come, you adjourn. Anytime they come, you adjourn. It's very wicked. Very, very wicked. That is why you see the caretaker right now, Madabio, he really they afraid in shadow. They say you wait to wear ashes, now you ashes go fall. He really afraid in shadow. That is why he really they put things them in place. And running down to the election, the strategies them very cool. You know, like Uncle Lion be don't tell we say they get for reset the time back. And we know say they don't get any legal way for reset the time until they fake like for say something don't happen bad. Then make like waiting be happen inside Pakaba in time where AFLC come then take over for some time then Pakaba come back. I not say that one didn't be fake. Please not get me wrong. But then get for do the plan for do something like that one day. Because we all here waiting angry like me say the first 1-2 years where then the man no work nothing. They not get a chance for doing work. So then get for go back to the table and make sure say it start all over. If you no way not the way you can start legally. No way not legally. But the only way where you can able for start that, now if you do something stupid, pretend as if something bad will happen, you able forget the thing around again. Say, okay, this thing don't happen, let's push the election first until we put things them in place. We know. Now the only technique that one day, but apart from that, they're waiting again. Waiting again. You dey punish people them. You just get one set of people where if they do something, you dey treat them like for say they're a dog. But when the other one then do something, it's acceptable. It's acceptable. When one you see this person come out in election for support in political party against your own political party, you use the police, you use thugs against them. We see what happen in Sierra Leone. They use thug. That mommy 1 grain pick him. In 1 grain pick him, then go kill him. And at the end of the day, what happen? The police come out publicly say they're not ever aware of that situation. They come on, boy. This is not the thing where it happen. It's very, very bad. Anyway, let's move to another issue. Thank you very much. So this guy from N-Corporate sent for we, you know, some of their information there. So I think it'd be very nice for let we go into that, and that is why we move into them very, very fast. Thank you. Thank you very much. And somebody the way they tell me about me, mama. They cost me, mama. I want to tell you plenty. Thank you. God bless you. But I want to ask you one question. If you tell me, say, me mot fiba, how you describe them so, then I dey wonder if, you know, I don't know how to put them safe. I don't know how to put them. I know one thing no more. Anybody where they open in mouth cause other person in my mind not get respect for your own. But because me get respect for my own, I will just tell you thank you and say you go meet her and you breakfast table. God bless you. We move. Please hit the like button and share the program. Yeah, so more people will able for know waiting. I want to tell una all thank you where they like, share, and comment and view because una all very, very important. Without una, we're not able to reach Usai we don't reach to now. We move to another issue. But before we move to that issue there, I still want for let we check out with Queen Sidi. Let me listen because we don't get this kind information where we don't give. Let me listen again. Waiting Queen Sidi be get for say with regards the kind of things that's really happen.
Unite Africa. Let's make our continent a better place. This is Queen Sidi. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We don't want no war. We don't want no fighting. We don't want no killing. All we want is peace. We don't want no war. We don't want no fighting. We don't want no killing. All we want is peace. Africa is the cuddle of life. Let we stop the fussing and strife. If we can come together, show love to one another, Africa will be alright. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. Love your brothers and sisters, cause that's the only way. Hey, Africans, we are one. Be you black or white, so let's unite, cause that's the only way. Hey, the more we unite, the more we get brighter. If we stop all the fight, shall we go to the light? All I see is wailing and clashing of tears. They dirty our minds with fears. We don't hate ourselves for many years, but Mama Africa still cares. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. Africa has been a home for the brave, has been a home for civilization. But any negativity that comes lands in Africa. I'm pleading to the rulers of Africa. Please be wise up and know what you are doing for your people. And remember, Allah watches over us all.
Alright, welcome back. This is a program. We had been named as the freedom fighter. The man with a mouth really big. Thank you very much. Because I like my mouth very big. You know how my mouth big now, so my face go over. Because God they make you mouth to according to how you face for this. So thank you very much. I appreciate everybody when they take part inside the program. Now let me go to another issue. And first of all, let me listen to this thing because yesterday we did talk about something. We get for play this thing back for some of you we not even for know who side this thing happen or who side come out for let you able for know exactly what thing they happen. First of all, let me listen to this report where BBC World Africa, BBC Africa, waiting and being put together with regards this particular issue of Sidi, Tunis. Yeah, so let me just listen to this report quick with the camera just now.
Is Umaru Fofana, and he joins us now on the line. Evening to you, Umaru. What can you tell us, or what have the police been giving you, telling people is the reason for the arrest?
Hi, Bola. Well, I'm coming to you right now from the headquarters of the Criminal Investigations Department, and I've just, in the last few moments, seen Sidi Yayah Tunis, who is a spokesman of the main opposition APC party. I've just seen him behind bars in a room alongside at least 24 other people, and they're all there. He was barefoot and he had his Manchester United t-shirt on, and he said that he had been there for at least the last 2 hours, but that he in fact was invited to the headquarters here this morning at around 11 o'clock. I spoke to the head of the Sierra Leone Police, Inspector General Ambrose Sobula, as to why Mr. Tunis was called in. He said it's related to an interview he granted to a local radio station yesterday, that's a Radio Democracy, in which he said that some of the content of what Mr. Tunis had said in that interview amounted to incitement. Therefore, they called him in this morning to talk to him and then to try to analyze the content of what he had said. His party Secretary General, Usman Yansana, is here, and they say that it's ironical because they have just ended a meeting with the UN Resident Coordinator talking about how to tranquilize the situation in Sierra Leone ahead of the elections in 2023.
And when they're talking about incendiary, what do they also mean? Especially if he, after making these statements and if it was widely publicized, he went voluntarily to go for the questioning, to now be barefoot in a police cell, I must be raising eyebrows.
Well, it is raising eyebrows because the opposition APC party have been complaining that their leadership particularly has been coming under police, what they call police brutality and police harassment. The police have constantly denied this, saying that they've only been keeping law and order. But some of what he said that I've listened to, it's a 2-hour-long program, and he was one of the interviewees on the show. He basically was saying, from what I heard, he appeared to be saying that they were going to ask their membership, all their supporters across the country, to do what he calls level 3 ahead of the elections in 2023, in which case he says that means, and he kept emphasizing on that in the interview, that through lawful means, they will ensure that they remove, they redeemed, in his word, the people of Sierra Leone when the elections come in 2023. The police have not told me how that amounts to incitement or whether anything it is that he might have said that they deem, inciting.
Umaru, we'll leave it for there, but I'm sure we'll hear more for the next.
So this now been the report where BBC, Umaru Fofana being give now the BBC this afternoon. So it could follow to tell you now say this man they passed the night now CID. Because we not get any information with regards in release. If that be the case, then for them, they're all over. So it passed the night in CID and based on waiting it talk. But before me go into this particular issue, for talk about waiting it talk, let me take with time again. Go back into waiting this man really talk. Let me take with time and listen to him, fine one, and tell we waiting do the police really decide for arrest this particular man based on the kind of things they are so. Because I feel say this country is a democratic country, and anytime we person say within the ambit of the law, yeah, do legal process, yeah, it's supposed for give him the chance. It's supposed for. But anyway, let's just listen to him again. The interview he been do yesterday.
As party executives, we don't challenge every government's issue. Will no say they are against the will of the people. When I see the census, how we robustly oppose the census to a point that we call for national boycott. And even where we speak repeatedly, then people are continuing for do the illegal census. And today, it don't turn out that we are right because the census don't turn out for be a waste of resources. I will tell you categorically, say, as I speak now, they're not even able to complete 60% of the population of this country as far as that census is concerned. So apart from the fact, say, they waste donor resources, even we own $5 million, we then go take just because they want to move on with a census where we repeatedly tell them, say, no, right? I mean, that in itself is a waste. And we don't see how they also go spend $7.5 million unnecessary on AFCON where they're not able to account up to today. We see how much the audit reports don't show, embezzlement, blatant theft, all of them things that we don't they highlight, the human rights records. To this day, we're not able to get the true what happened at Pademba Road, where so many inmates that lost their lives from that massacre day. All of these things, these are things we would only challenge the government on. National issues, human rights issues, the harassment of women in this country. Women, we get high repute and respect internationally. We get with Auditor General today. We're not able to get inroads as well.
Right. Would they come back?
Mayor, when they repeatedly harass. We don't challenge them repeatedly.
Would they come
but
back
of
to
course, if we not organize internally, we will be limited as to how far we will go for take on the government. And that is why even where we challenge the government repeatedly, we they take on them on issues, we need strong executives at every level so that we challenge on government, not just limited now one layer. It go cascade to the lowest layer when our communities, everybody go know and then go able to challenge and take on this government for the way and manner in which then they take this country backwards.
Earlier, you've been to talk about the party position as an opposition for all governments accountable. You make mention of plenty issues them where you say, when I don't they raise, when I voice them on, but no, I know they get the kind of attention we wanna need. Looking at the opposition, APC as an opposition, going further, what think will be una next stance in terms of communicating una positions them to the government and also to partners them for make them know, say, okay, the APC as an opposition, this is not a position on national issues and how them for adhere to them.
You get plenty way you the whole government accountable. First, you do direct engagement. Where, of course, if something don't happen, you go try for reach out to government as an opposition for no say, no, this not right. We they suggest say if we go so it go better. Something like that we don't try for do plenty time, either as an opposition, individually as APC, or even collectively as the consortium of progressive political parties. So we don't know say this government not ready for direct engagement. They not create the room for that. And the second is we go put out press releases, we go hold press conferences, we go come na radio and talk about their issues then they. And of course, hoping that the government go change or go listen. That self, we don't know, say, this now an administration we just no one for listen, not just to opposition, even to the ordinary people. Where they cry out there for ensure say and see plenty things happen the right way, whether constitutionally or otherwise. So we don't see say that one day self not they happen. And very soon we go reach the third level when I for ensure say we begin for mobilize the people of this country within the confines of the law for take on this government. Very soon we will reach that stage there. But for now, as opposition, we will continue for do what we will do so, and address issues, we get for hinder on the progress and development of Sierra Leone.
Talking about the third layer or third approach, looking at the past, what would be the approach of the opposition for engaged governments?
I just named them. Like, for example, when the APC been in power, you see plenty time where something that happen, especially when there's something we get for doing with national issue, where the opposition want go certain way, you go see the then president go call the leadership of the opposition, then sit down, then discuss, and at the end of the day, you go see changes. But in this case, if opposition attempt, on the many cases where opposition don't attempt, you go see that and go molest leaders of political parties, then go beat them out of the premises of the State House, then go send letters, you not go even get a response. So, then kind of engagements and they happen. So we don't see say clearly the first and second layer for this government, they no one listening. So we go very soon implement the third layer.
Mr. Tunis, are there instances that we just make mention of? You think, say, the space don't open for una over the years as an opposition party because governance supposed to be inclusion
consultation with other opposition party them?
The space very narrow. And even in terms of how government institutions then they work, you go see say enough favorable to opposition. You go see how expeditious, for example, the judiciary go deal with cases we get for do with anybody in the ruling government. But you go see how sometimes the delay go come in terms of opposition. You go see how quick the ACC go jump on cases where they feel say involve people in opposition. And you go see how the same ACC go come and defend cases where involve opposition, even where as blatant as they may be, then go come with excuses, oh, these are systemic failures, these are procedural failures, we don't ask this institution for amending systemic failures and procedural failures. You know, you go see, in fact, at certain stages, the cases then go court, the same ACC go back court, say, oh, we not get enough evidence, so we withdraw this case. When you indict, if you don't get enough evidence for indict the person and send and go court, when you send and go court, you not go back court and tell and say, we not get enough evidence, so we withdraw this case. We don't see all them kind of instances. So it tells you that the democratic space, as far as it relates to opposition, is very narrow. And they continue to be narrow under this administration unless and until we take drastic measures for change that.
You see that they
reaching there.
You see that they begin implement something we call as the third layer, when I for mobilize the people against this particular government for talk about issues them
lawfully.
When they use the law for mobilize the people against the government. Is it that now a new strategy from the APC party, considering, say, the country slowly they move to the next general election on a strategy that day?
At the time they reach for let the people and get a voice, this is the time where the power of the people they speak. Now I don't reach so. The opposition, we don't they speak, and now it is time for people to speak. And we as opposition, we get for lead that movement day, for redeem Sierra Leone. And we get for mobilize the people, for redeem this nation. Already, they don't gains, they're fed up, and they need strong leadership, and that is why we as opposition, soonest we need for organize ourselves as the main opposition. And as we get closer to that stage day, we give the hope to the people of this country, say we go redeem them, and we get to that level where we constantly and continuously engage the public, so that we take on this government for stop them, for keep them in track.
Una take 10 years in governance. Una not redeem the people enjoying the intended. Why the APC facing and now they redeem the people?
Khadija, 10 years of governance, the people of this country not ever see the kind of development we then see under APC inside that 10 years day. We come into this country, we don't even get up to 5 megawatts electricity supply.
So why
we left this country for...
Why they vote on a party out in 2018 with all then development here?
We all see the circumstances surrounding elections in 2018. That is a whole new chapter on your own.
Okay, plenty things them, yeah? Now, in your honest opinion, I want you begin for tell me now, what do you think about this particular thing, yeah? Where Sidi talk, he talk anything, yeah, where go come up with security threats. He say anything where for make they actually arrest them. Of course, let's start with we particularly they take on the government. How would they take on the government? With things the way we they talk now, yeah? Bring in things them where them they don't talk, analyze them, bring their word where then they contradict themselves, all of them things them they. Now they call pure democracy. Yeah? By the way, they say democracy now the government of the people. Now the people they put in there. And then for the people. Government of the people for the people and not by the people. You understand? So let you look at this thing, and amongst them you get key things them when the basic things them. The freedom of speech, engagement, association, movement, all of them things them they get for day. But at the same time, you get limitations them. But the limitations there, you know, for step on other person into. You know go say, na me right for waka, where the waka back, you can mask me. No, not to you right that one day. But let we analyze now waiting Sidi talk and see if it step on the toes of somebody else. Number one, it begin make mention of Pademba Road. It make a mention say the Pademba Road, no report, no ever come out as to waiting really happen. Let me look for example. The police, the government set up a committee where then they look into the case of the Pademba Road incident. And they make them very clear, say, then they investigate the prisons department. And they want to come out with things them where actually na him then find out. Guess what happened at the end of the day? The government not pull anything, the committee not pull anything. The prisons department, when na him then set up committee for investigate. The prison department now they come up with a report for talk about waiting, then find out say happen. After that, the case closed. For example, how on earth this person, then they investigate this person for no waiting happen inside in house. Me when the investigator, I not come out and talk waiting happen. I not come out and show na say na Dentained and now find out too. The person when they investigate, now they come and draw conclusion, say, now this, now happen, case closed. Let's go to court, for example. The magistrate day, now for look inside the case and bring conclusion. But the criminal or the person where they accuse, say, now ain't do this thing. Yeah? Now ain't grab back and say, magistrate, now this, now find out, so let the case done, all thing done. It's possible. Now so it happened. So Sidi make mention of that particular one day. Sidi as well talk say this government, they particularly the harass woman, they plenty one. Let me bring 1, 2, 3 instances then. For example, let me tell you about, for example, Femi Claude School. They tell when they talk about Black Monday, when one of the fundamental human rights, the right of movement, the right to freedom of expression, the right to freedom of speech. They come out say, let them go left letter to the IG, State House, and other places them. The police officer go meet them, harass them, intimidate them. Tell them if he no come out, he go make the molest and can't go now waiting. Can you imagine? A whole leader of a political party, a woman for that matter. These are the issues them where Femi they talk about. Look, for example, they invite Diana Konomani for sake of census. Femi and other people then go. They arrest 8 other women with Femi Claude School, lock them. What do they lock them? Then go left Dana. This is not the other set of harassment and intimidation where this man they try to talk about. Let me bring another thing to you. You talk about the Auditor General. This Auditor General they try to set the record straight for let we able to guide the government on how and when for spend the country in money. Then still say this woman want for pull and secret because they don't spend like drunken sailors. What did they do? Then decide for suspend them. Not what the thing and the way Sidi they talk about. We come on there. He said this government not they respect people. They look for example. When people then begin talk about the gun guy, what did the government come and talk? The caretaker of all come and provoke people and say, he better let the gun guy right and soak for a picking and tomorrow. Back talk then call him. The time when the people then come up with new slogan say the game done babala. What thing he do? He sit down back, he team up na State House. He begin laugh people them say them are the people and the talk say the game done balabala. Can you imagine? Anything where people and the talk, it gets thing where it give them when a back talk. You come on there. People and the talk say, hey, this man, they don't travel, they just spend with country money. We see how it reflects inside the audit report. When people then begin for talk, then he say, ladies and gentlemen, I will continue for fly. Now respect them call one day. It's like when you daddy of all, they talk to you. Because now we put them there, now we now the big one them for them. Then they talk about how they feel. Then they can't tell you, Papa, Mama, left me go, I will go to the end and they continue for doing. Now disrespect to the nation. And it comes from the first gentleman. So these are the issues then where Sidi been the try for put together. A wrong for talk about them. Let me move to another area. He said this government not ready. He not ready at all for get direct engagement with the people or opposition. Yes, we know that one day. Anybody so far, we want for talk to the caretaker anywhere, then they arrest her. For example, out come up our opposition. This SLPP guy, na Kenima, talk say, caretaker don't do something. In WEF don't do something. They need for come to the public and apologize because they don't commit sin. Ebo, George Bush, for example, Biden and other people them. Then they tell them what thing they feel say they don't do. Then they beat them for that. Although they self get their own flaws, but then they beat them for that. The answer now no. Let me move. These governments, the opposition party, don't make several attempts for go give a letter for let them go able for sit up and discuss things them. They not listen to them. Instead what they do, then they send security, molest them, beat them, and to away them come out around the area of the state house and all other side and go. This now the things them where Sidi, Yayah, Tunis they talk about. Let me go again. He say then go take on the government, yeah, within the law. Then go engage the people them and take on the government within the law. But for God's sake, if the person don't say we take on the government within the law, and not say we will come up and protest and make riot and do this. No, he said within the law. And when we talk about within the law, and they talk about things that we cover the people them. How we forgo about when we get things that we the money, how we for lawfully put them across. He said we go take on the government on that. We go begin engage the people them. And we as opposition go begin for stand up and talk to the people them. And we go lead them things then they for redeem the nation within the law. It always the stress on the word within the law. That's why I did tell you yesterday. Say the man make a room for escape. He say within the law. So if they can't go under, then just go punish her no more because nothing or the way they go for where they go charge her with. The incitement self when they charge her with, when they talk about so you know incite nobody. He said we did do within the law. But yeah, you see the one auditor general. Police IG not get any business for talk to the Auditor General. He call them to meeting. So waiting would I go left. We move. They say, it talks say this government always they molest leader them. And they not they respond to them. If they send letter to them, then they ignore, totally ignore. But if they go into debate, they ask them, then go say yes, we see the letter. It don't do nothing, and then they respond to them. Sorry. They not they respond to them at all. Instead, they're ready for beat opposition leaders them. They're ready for arrest them. They're ready for invite them, detain them. This now the things them we see the talk. They talk bad or not to the things them we really the happen right now inside the country. We move to the next point. It talk about the way how the judiciary, the police, the SEC, they handle matters them. Then get two different methods when they handle then case them, investigation and all. The judiciary, for example, look what we just talk about. Then detain the young man there so for 1 year, 9 months. 1 year, 9 months. 21 months. Then don't detain them. Then just go back and forth. Let me go to Prince Adin. Prince Adin, we all see the kind of evidence that we be there all around, the kind of testimonies them, the kind of people and we come out and talk about them, we witness, now I witness them. In just one night they spend, and then nothing not come up and the police not see any evidence. This not the two way. Look how they treat Prince Adin. Look how they treat them people there so from Lunsar. This not the way how the judiciary and the police they handle matters them. It talk about this, it do bad. Let me look at the ACC. The ACC, anytime when it comes to opposition, they're ready for fast track everything, charge to court and found guilty. But when it comes to the issue of the young people, then they don't go to court, then go back, withdraw the case in court, say they not got enough evidence. How could you? You don't gather your evidence. You don't come at the public. Don't tell we say, we see this kind of evidence. We see that they rebag things them. We see the rest. We see the bags them. As all the exhibits there. So we don't put them together. We don't link them all. At the end of the day, all of the trail where you talk about, nobody don't find guilty. You just discharge the case, say you not get enough evidence. If ACC say no get evidence, police say no get evidence, our position, they always get evidence for. These are the things that where CDB they talk about. They talk bad. We move again to another thing. We move. He talk again say the opposition, then of course this not don't talk, then go able for do things therefore redeem the nation. But this now not the thing where the government get a problem with, because they see that they consider them for be incitement, and they always not like anybody where they talk things them. Then get what the way they can always use for charge. Incitement, undermine, or try for whatever the government. These are the charges the way they can always give. So they always want and say now it don't take some time. They don't give chance to the government. So this time around, then they mobilize themselves and then go make sure say they engage the public for take on the government. Me brother and sister them. Una please explain. Una please explain. Una please explain. Wetin Sidi talk? He talk bad. Now things them this way for make then call them and go detain them. He sleep na detention. He sleep na CID for a whole night and whatever. We don't know stand and go release. I will not say by tomorrow and go release and be gas scam for go na court. We not say the careful like that one day. He do bad. He talk bad. Not to all of them things they are so. They happen at the country. If person talk about the real things them where they happen at the country, then suppose for arrest them for that. Then suppose this not the things them where they happen. Now the exact things then this way they happen. This government they play with smell something, or they don't go play with rank. Boku rank then at them body. Then they pass me to people them. When person say I they smell fish rank. They arrest you. What you make? But for God's sake, now you don't go play the rank. Clean yourself before you can at public. But you can't pass with rank middle people. When person say, fish smell now, then grip you. Fish don't smell now, then grip you. What's in the smell so, then grip you. But all the things them now then they do them, now they handwork. All of the things then now then they do them. But you not for talk about them. When you talk, they grip you. When you talk, they arrest you. When you talk, they do this to you. It's sad, eh? Really, really, really sad. Really sad, eh? The things that way they happen, so it really, really sad.
Unite Africa. Let's make our continent a better place. This is Queen Sidi. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We don't want no war. We don't want no fighting. We don't want no killing. All we want is peace. We don't want no war. We don't want no fighting. We don't want no killing. All we want is peace. Africa is the cuddle of life. Let we stop the fussing and strife. If we can come together, show love to one another, Africa will be alright. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love in Africa. And the love we all need. Love your brothers and sisters, cause that's the only way. Hey, Africans, we are one. Be you black or white, so let's unite, cause that's the only way. Hey, the more we unite, the more we get brighter. If we stop all the fight, shall we go to the light? All I see is wailing and clashing of tears. They dirty our minds with fears. We don't hate ourselves for many years, but Mama Africa still cares. We want peace in Africa. I see the children in my crying. We want love
This na Africa. Yes, the sound of Queen Sidi. Thank you very much. A very beautiful song. Very beautiful song. You get a lot of meaning. And it's just relevant to the discussion we will get right now. So thank you very much. Please hit the like button. We get 173 likes. Please give me 200 likes right now. Please, thank you very much. Really watch and not like the program. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, Facebook. Thank you very much. Don't give a lot of likes and shares. Thank you very much. God bless you so much. And all. And YouTube as well. Thank you very much. Please, when I just raise them up, let me get about 200 likes right now. Yeah, if possible, now rise up to 300 because I get over 300 people that really watch this program right now on YouTube. Thank you very much for not taking a time for joining me inside the program. I think this government here, they really need for step up their game. Before I left now, I get this thing again where I go on for GU for we remind ourselves because we did on a search. Yeah, we did on a search right now for somebody. And I go on for use the same opportunity this net again for make we go able for talk about this thing quickly in case you get any idea of what thing we go do for make we go able for get this particular young man. We border as well for we were able for get them back to his family.
Good afternoon, friends and family all over the world. You find yourself me where they talk na Khadija. I live in Germany, Bayern. I dey look for this my brother when I Yusuf Sise Loba, when in beginning Junior Loba. Since we travel, we come up from Italy for Cannes, Germany, and we space na Switzerland. Teti they no able see am. And my family back home, Teti they no able get am. I made them the hacks, and they look for it, and they look for her any day, and they ask me. They say the shatter, they look for her, no able see am. They would see in Pekin. Dear my family them, anybody will see and for me, they help me, for fair for me. Dear I dey beg for God. Dear I dey give this number with a picture. The number na +49 16099068711. The number is dear anybody will able get her, they contact me on this line. Please, my sister, them, my brother, them. Dear I dey beg for God. The next number again I dey give +49 1521 239 564 5664. Please, anybody will see am for me back home right now. They all stress, or everybody stress. Dear I dey beg for God. Me where they talk again na Khadija. I live na German Bayern. Dear in Pikin Isif Lobas and Pikin name Junior Loba. Dear I dey beg for God and I be the next number again +49 1521 053 4720. Please, my sister them, my brother them, my family them, for come on Italy for Cannes, Germany. I don't miss space am. Dear I dey beg for God and I be anybody able see him right now back home. Now me then they stress. Nobody no able get him. They stress me, I dey get stress, I dey get pressure. I no able for see him. No get nobody in line, no get nobody, no contact. They would in Pekin. Dear I dey beg for God and I be. Now any Isif Sise Loba. How many years? Almost to 4 years now. Well, they come 4 years. 30 they no able for see him. 4 years. From 2018, 30 they no able for see him. Dear I dey beg for God and I be anybody able see him. Organization they would able send up organization they would able make for like able see him. Dear una help me for God and I be dear I dey beg for God. Dear my family.
Alright, so this is not the information again, and with that there, I want to tell you plenty. Thank you one more time for when I don't take on time for watch, like, comment and all. 90% of what they talk about now this program get for do with the government of the day, and the reason because now them we give position of trust, so we get for actually hold them to account. 10% get for do the opposition in any other business. So one more time, one for tell all. Thank you for taking the time for joining me inside the program today. My name is SLFA, the Freedom Fighter. Tomorrow with the day so 3 p.m. salon time. But before that, I want to tell you say we new channel they up now. Yeah, so the channel basically get for the deal with different things that it not get anything for do with politics. It get for they do different things, them relationship, you force them live, I've been talek, friend finder, like for example, it don't tell you not see somebody. Yeah, so you get the information, you can just put say, okay, me and this person have been childhood friend, we been they attend this school here, so now be my best friend, you don't tell not see them, and all of them things. And they talk about love, prank videos, and other things them. So this one are purely entertainment, you know, and relationship, you know, advices. So please check out we new channel, yeah. They now we channel already, yeah. So you can check them out and subscribe because we want for do the opening on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, we want to start with very first something, yeah. So please join we inside that we new channel day. Please subscribe. Most of now we don't share you know, the time where they have come and begin, but we stop because of 1-2 other reasons them, you know, copyright things them, and we find out say plenty people and don't they suffer from them things then they, you know, we just lucky, and because of that AYV lost them Facebook page. Well, we don't know what's the reason to this other situation. We find out say one of the biggest Facebook page with the biggest number of followers them when I want to connect lost in page because they deleting page. Well, we not able to get details of that yet, but it don't open another one when I want to connect network. So you and I followers of Awana to you can follow them as well. So una can help for promote them. If they don't get 300,000 followers, yeah, the biggest followers in the country, yeah. So, but if we don't lost the page because of 1 or 2 reasons, them, you know. But technically, we really look at them, we don't understand waiting at the thing because they not just delete the page because of reason. Then we just don't they do something. But we know how for elaborate on that. The way to want say you and our followers of fan, please go and join them back. And one thing where we can say we can tell you for follow any page. Yeah, that not mean say we they lost anything. Yeah, the way how they do things, the way other person they do things, it's just too cool. Follow somebody else in page, you don't mean anything. Yeah, most of them they follow different page them. But we go one for tell on plenty thank you for way on don't take on a time and they always support we. Yeah, so one for tell on thank you. Yeah, and the one for as well tell God thank you for way we not be this kind of victim. We be as well commit nearly the same kind of things then, but thank God, you know, we're able for jump at that particular order day. Yeah, but we just the pray God we not commit same kind of thing a day. Again, and we always try for do waiting at the right thing. Yeah. So one for tell on thank you. Okay. So yeah, let's just see something. Please wanna hold on. Let's go quick and see if I can able for copy for the link. So we new channel, the link to we new channel. So you go able for subscribe to them. Yeah. Let's just get a link for the new channel quick, please just hold on. Please, just hold on. Yeah. Let's see if I don't get them. Let's just see quick. Let's see quick. Hold on, please. Let's just get to the link to the new channel so we were able to know exactly waiting to go on. Okay, so let's see something. Yes. Okay, so I post the link now in the description box, so una can able for follow them and see it in the day. Alright, so just follow them. Follow that link the way I post to right now. This now a new channel where we try for groom, yeah. So please go now and subscribe. Put on the notification bell so anytime where we actually you know come up in that particular channel day with something different we not get for do with politics at all, you go able for be part of the show where we come up with. Yeah, thank you very much. The name of the channel is a pet name anyway. Thank you very much, and a family channel down there. So please wanna make them on a new channel, okay? We try for do that on Valentine's Day. Talk about something very key, and again for be interactive because inside there where we dey talk about the issues, the love issue. We go on for get to your own side. And enough fear, not waiting, you can as well share to we your own story, because we go on for look into certain love or relationship things them where we as well they try for talk about. We not to expert, but we go try for talk about them with we own experience and all for see how best we can able for adjust certain things them. And we as well they try for link up certain people. Then, for example, I'm a searching guy, I defend somebody, I can just come up and say, okay, me na sembe pie, na so years are old, you know, I mean, this, I look for this kind of person, you know, where this. Then privately, we go together kind of conversation there and see how best we can able for pair, you know, people them together. And as well, you know, like for example, it don't take long time, like I talked just now, you know, see your childhood friend. You the wonder now outside they alive or not. Social media very fast for person information. Tell me about this person. You can call and tell me, say me na so person, na this so side. I look for this person. We be they go to school. I be my best friend. In name na this and this. Now so it been talek. You explain small thing about them. You know, and then we see how best if you want, you can left number and all. We see how best we can able for get that kind of person there. If instead of the listen, for able for contact you and get yourself again reunited again, and plenty other things them, yeah, we will get for the talk about, and plenty things then they prank videos them, gold diggers video them, love video them, you know, all of them things them they, you know, motivational what them all get for they come up. Yeah, so thank you very much for we una already don't begin subscribe to the new channel. Thank you very much. Una please subscribe and kick them up. Let we able for move. Most of the video they will be just to try for make let we get engagement. We get for remove them and go strictly with the things them way we get for the deal with inside the channel. Okay. So one more time, I want to tell you plenty thank you for we don't able for, you know, they together this kind of time. Yes, na exactly, and Biman say na the channel that one day. Sugar and sweetest, not to just sweetest, yeah? Thank you very much. So until we meet again in another beautiful edition of a program when tomorrow, Wednesday, where we call Blow Mind in the afternoon, where you get for come and talk about different things them. I want to say thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless we country Sierra Leone. My name is Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. Until we meet again, I want to say God bless we country Sierra Leone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wetin you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. It don't done. It no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don't help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.